A leap, for example, is the big one. 3 additional seconds.
Also, this was one of the game. Feliz had Tracer open and didn't actually pick it. Franco, known as one of the best Tracer player in Korea right now. So that was kind of weird. Of course, it was BOD, maybe less of a map that he's familiar with. But Infernal Shrines, I think we're gonna see a lot more Tracer from
Yeah, see,
Franco.
I love this map pick. It's actually Miracles, but this is what I love this map for Feliz. Another question is G-Clef is Probius? Is Probius coming?
I know what you're thinking, Wolf.
I don't think he's coming. Well, is Probius really a he? I guess we don't really know. I don't know if that was ever specified by Blizzard.
We can never ask him, or her, or it. What do we call it? Little Proby.
I'm like, I wanted to say it, but then I was like, add a pro flavor to it, so I was like Pit, but then I started thinking about Kid Icarus and got a little bit off topic. I'll just call him. Let's call it a him. I think it's, you know, that's what we've been doing so far. I don't know.
Well, but even once again from Feliz to start off. Last time for Miracle it was Garrosh, and OJ's Murdin was okay, but not to a point where he was making super impactful plays.
He made that one in the top lane. That was
where he was chasing down the enemies.
Yeah.
And actually Miracle got more from destroying the keep, so I don't think
Sure.
if that was the best play ever.
Yeah, it was a play where they got a kill and they should have gotten more, but in that moment he showed his mechanical skill. Overarching as a team decision, it was incorrect though, as you and I pointed out, but the keep going down was more significant. It is going to be Maiev ban this time though, not going to be going over to the other side. Will it be Hanzo or will it be Malfurion? I think Malfurion is the better pick on this map. Because this is not a map that you need Hanzo for like BOE is. They lost with Hanzo regardless, but we'll take the Malfurion. Surprise, surprise. When's good old Malfi gonna get a ban, man? This has gone on for far too long.
Well, Malfurion definitely has weakness, and what Miracle had in game 1, they had Focus Fire, and that's always the best counter against that Malfurion whenever Medivh is not available. So I'm wondering why Feliz is banning Medivh when they can actually use him with the Malfurion and cover his weakness. As a reason why double support became the meta was to cover the other support's weakness. Kind of like that with the Medivh, you can also do damage at the same time. Interesting. I don't know what else they're thinking. Maybe let's wait until they're a third, fourth pick and then draw another picture there.
Sonya is the strongest solo laner right now, and this is her best map. So I think they're definitely giving some consideration to grabbing that one earlier. They wanted Medivh too, no doubt, especially with Sniper on the roster, but I think we'll see Sonya, maybe a Genji with it. Take the Hanzo instead. This makes it tougher to ban against, because if you take Genji instead, they'll just ban the Uther like last time, and then it becomes a lot tougher to use Dragon Blades, like we saw in that fight in the top lane. The Dragon Blade was swinging, but Genji couldn't really do anything with it.
And Hanzo was never really picking kills up from Feliz in game 1.
I want to look at a quick stat here. Hanzo currently is third highest win rate in terms of DPS in Korea, 61.54%. Genji, on the other hand, let me see if I can find him. He's ranked 10th, 45.6. So, as I predicted weeks ago and has continued to be the trend, Hanzo's win rate is increasing, Genji's win rate is stagnating.
A few of the things that the reasons behind those numbers, it's that stronger teams actually let the weaker team play Genji and counter that with lots of CCs.
That's definitely true.
And lots of the weaker teams has been falling for it because thinking that that's still a strong pick, just like this Feliz picking Genji once again. I'm pretty sure they were
Malfurion
considering that Tracer, but not really picking it up.
I would have myself preferred the Tracer. It's a tough ban now for Miracle because Feliz has, you know, all three parts of the equation. They have their carry DPS, they have their main support, they have their main tank, they have Sonya. So I suppose the safest possible ban is just to ban Malthael. But he's not very strong with this comp. Maybe banning Leoric could also be strong here.
Yeah, on the map depends on the map too. And last time was Blaze. Blaze was picked. Was not really too crazy with the CC. And I think with Garrosh you're fine. With the solo tank, I think they can actually pick up another DPS. So they're going really far and going back to part 1 and banning that Zero tool.
Just want to make sure that Hanzo is protected against Hyperdive. The Diablo ban is because Diablo is rising in popularity in Korea right now.
And also, Judy has been known for his Diablo play on this map since last year.
And he is playing tank again, so well, these are all factors as to why Diablo would be banned here. Pretty wise choice by Feliz. I think the best choice of support is going to be Rhaegar here, though, over Uther.
And also, after watching that Zeratul ban, I think Miracle's considering that Sanctification not to be cancelled by that Void Prison. So I think Feliz, even though Diablo was a good ban, they misread what Miracle is thinking with the second ban. I think usually the second ban hints a lot of what they're going to pick, how they're going to finish the draft.
This also means that if they do draft Malthael, Feliz, Tyrael's already kind of the answer. So there's a lot of... I think Tyrael Rhaegar here is great. Save the 5th pick for flex for DPS. But I'm going to totally do the opposite and...
Comfort picks.
Comfort picks.
Yes.
Just like before. Gunza's playing again, so we're going to see the Junkrat come out. It's not a bad pick for the map, but I would have expected that pick to come out 5th, not in this rotation here, not in 3rd rotation. But this is still obviously quite strong. Comfort picks are comfort picks for a reason. Judy's ETC is pretty solid. Good to play the Junkrat to great success. One of the best Junkrats we had when Junkrats became available for play. And was not, and you know, part of the reason why a lot of people would argue that they had the swap in the first place with Judy and Gunza was because Junkrat was disabled for a week of play due to
that is
a
correct.
bug. So, and basically at the beginning of the season, Gunza was only playing Junkrat. I want to look at how many games played he has on it now. Actually, he has 1. Okay, this is only for like part 2 stats or something like that. He's definitely played more than 1 game of Junkrat. There's the Malthael pick. They don't have the Tyrael anymore, though. So this ETC pick feels a little bit more painful now, especially because Horrify can also shut it down.
And this was why we were talking about Tyrael, which made a lot more sense. Could still come... No, never mind. They still need a support here. Rhaegar pairs up super well with Sonya diving in. Going to be Uther pairing up with the Holy Cow. They're looking for that big mosh pit.
Yeah.
There's lots of threats from Feliz side. There's a Twilight Dream, Garrosh CC, Gul'dan Horrify. So the only option you are looking for on the Divine Shield Cow, but you're leaving a lot of your DPS open if you do that.
You really are. It's going to be tough to keep Sonya alive, Hanzo alive, if you do commit to that mosh pit. Cleanse Mosh, I think, is probably the better option. If you really want to make it happen, you can commit the Divine Shield right afterwards if it looks like it's not going to work out. We saw some really cool cleanses yesterday on ETC on Tomb of the Spider Queen.
From Magi, from Ballistics.
Yeah.
Really cool.
Let's see if we can do it again, man.
Well, let's see. I think Miracle has to be really on top of their mechanics, because these heroes and how they have formed in the team comp, they really have to save each other with the skill shots. And Feliz, but they can't just make individual decisions and break everything that Miracle's trying to do in the team fight.
So Gunza is back to DPS, by the way, just to confirm 2 games for 2 usually indicates a full swap. Gunza's on the Junkrat. So in terms of these 2 compositions, I look at Miracles and I go, this is still a strong comp, this is still a strong draft, and you've got your comfort picks. Is it the strongest draft and in the order that other stronger teams in this league would have done? No. But it's still good for them, and it's a strong draft. On the side of Feliz, I look at the draft and say, it's good for the map, and that's it. There's no synergy between Malthael and Malfurion. There's no synergy between Malfurion and Genji. There's strong synergy between Malfurion and Garrosh with his armor. Then Gul'dan is good for the map. Malfurion is good for the map. Malthael is good for the matchup in the top lane. Then that's it. That's as far as it goes. There's not a lot of really great initiation potential. on the side of Miracle. Probably going to be a Tranquility game, you have to imagine. So it's not heavy dive on the side of Miracle, which means that they can't even use Twilight Dream as an initiation. Taunt, going to be difficult to execute against poke heroes to get a big taunt. So they're going to struggle.
I think Garrosh is to soft counter ETC. Also to trap down enemies if they can actually get one. And Feliz, they can focus fire onto one target. That's what they want. They want the kill. They want the reset onto Genji. Let's see if it works. I am also leaning towards that Twilight Dream if they're really looking for that one single pick.
I mean, they do need some. If they want to get those picks, they need something, and that's their best option.
Maybe even last rights from Marthail could also actually help decently.
You can
against
horrify,
the ETC.
Yeah, you horrify the ETC. You burst him down as quickly as you can. Last rights to finish. That's certainly a possibility. Especially because they can't really do much except cleanse Malthael. Oh, that was the toss to end all tosses. Oh my god, that's a kill. I'm so sorry, Judy. Oh my god, you want to check our camp? Oh, that was solid.
And before 4, so ETC couldn't even have the crowd surfer. That's why this matchup is so tough for ETC most of the time, unless you're super good at ETC. Garrosh usually wins that matchup. So much easier for Garrosh to just toss that ETC. You also have that Q as a slight CC. When ETC only has that face melt to push, and basically power slide is your only escape.
It's true. It can be alright, but not going to get you over the wall. Not in this case.
And even with that death, not going for that crowd surfer, let's see if he never make that kind of mistakes in this game again, or will he? I don't know about it.
Well, let's see. I don't know if ETC is ever going to be near the wall like that again, although as I say it, he's like literally getting closer right now. Oh my god, alright. Okay, we're all fine. Everybody calm down, everybody relax. He's fine, he's fine.
It's not Judy's first ETC ever, and he also played lots of Garrosh, so he does have the understanding, and we know.
Yeah. Alright, this is going to be really interesting. Obviously, with the Gul'dan pick, it's an advantage for Feliz in terms of poke and zoning here. Look at all that corruption damage coming down, getting him all those stacks.
Was that 0 stacks?
No, I think he got 2 right there, did he
really?
not?
Okay.
I thought he hit Sonya twice. I could be wrong.
April Fools. Happy April Fools.
Ah, alright.
Well, Genji's diving on Sonya because Feliz basically has control. Gunza already knows that.
Yeah.
They lost this war. So going for that top. Not really wasting any time.
Yeah, quick rotations. You got to make these decisions when you're you got to make these decisions when you're knowing you're going to lose this. You have to know how to capitalize on these moments.
We saw a few Korean teams actually diving in, thinking that they could win the fight and then pick up those numbers. Never really happens.
No, not realistic. Not in most cases, anyways. We saw only the Leoric dive on the Probius to get the kill. Ooh, that was a close call. Had he been close to the wall, that would have definitely been a dash reset, so it was not going to be safe. So taking about half the health of this fort, but Miracle gets a lot of damage done to top and mid, and is not even really behind the experience all too much, about a third of a level. Ooh, he has no idea, does he? That was a close call there. Does make the right move when he sees the ETC. Looks like Feliz wants to invade this Impaler camp.
Hera with the Entangle will safely just power slide away with half HP. That's the thing, they are lacking that burst damage. If they're looking for those kind of CC chain and have cooldown with the Corruption Feld and percent damage from Marthail, and only burst you will really see is Genji with the Strict Strike and possibly Twilight Dream. So I think they have to really focus everything together.
Yeah.
Last Ride is like the must. It's like a must tool. They wanna.
If they really want to win with picks, you know, I completely agree. And so far, that's how they've been playing. With the only kill they've had, the only grab was like grab on ETC. Then the other fight, they only won because they controlled the shrine. But when we get post 10, Miracle is going to be able to invade the shrine. They're going to have Divine Shield. They're going to be able to heavy commit, especially Sonya. If they want to just win longer fights, fight slowly, I think Tranquility can work, can try to play around the Tormented Souls. But with the comp they have, I do agree that that's going to be the safer option, is to go for those picks, the single kills. Sorry, I've been a bit sick this week, so I know my voice sounds funny. You guys can laugh at me, starting with G-Clef.
You're Genji, so I can always laugh at you.
Yeah. But it's a bit of a stuffy nose.
Cyborg ninja. That's the weird Arthrosis laugh that he always used to do. That's a nice cleanse.
Yeah, that was a pretty quick one there. Good reaction time. Not available now, though.
Right before 10. And that's on cooldown, so they should know that if they want to, they can actually pressure. And they are going in, having the better position near the shrine for now.
Look at Malfurion and Malthael. Indecisive at the moment. Okay, this Tranquility. I was leaning towards Tranquility with this comp, but after you explained how they were probably gonna fight these, like I feel like it might not be the right choice. Like that Riptire almost killed Aimer. Because Tranquility's just not enough. Here's the taunt, Divine Shield's forced out, so this is a big trade. Last Right's locked in. So they kind of did half and half, which is a little bit weird. Tranquility plus the Last Rights. Harder to burst without the silence, but
let's see if that half and half will work in the shrine fight. Where this in that fight, well, I can't really call that a fight, a real team fight there. Yeah, but Miracle ended up using a lot, everything except for the Mosh, like the arrow flying by, Divine Shield was out there. But against what Miracle has, lots of pokes, and also the burst with the Riptire, I don't think Feliz should have
this time
been taking mixing mix though.
Yeah, Feliz, this time they decide, okay, we're winning the shrine. Miracle's like already in the lanes doing damage to the walls. But this time they actually rotate. This time they actually punish. I think Aimer's definitely going to die, sadly. Stepping too far. At least got a few more corruption stacks there. But this time they rotate. This time they minimize the amount of experience that Miracle gains. This is an arcane punisher.
It's not the worst, and Miracle has Hanzo. All those damage. Already down to 50% alone. Sniper alone doing damage to the Punisher, and also the fort, of course. But they will keep the fort. Only the front wall destroyed.
Yeah, Frankel pushing bottom. Genji can't really do much about this. Imagine if Genji could not only be protected by his deflect, but also deflect Genji's grenades back at him like in Overwatch. Oh, that'd be bad. He certainly cannot, though, as you can see.
Well, now it's Gunda's time.
Oh, he's ripping it!
No Swift Strike available.
Oh, he used it too early. I can't believe he,
so low!
I cannot believe he used that early. That was actually a misplay. Oh my god.
That must have been like 5 HP.
That was, yeah, definitely. He would have died in any other situation. Okay, well, he lived though, so no Riptire. Luckily for Miracle, there's no shrine to fight over at the moment that they would need that for. There's a big rotation down though. I don't think they can take this camp. Here comes Hanaten. They don't have Twilight Dream, but even still, Miracle respects this and walks away. I'd love to know how many echoed corruption stacks Aimer has right now. I don't believe he's finished. Usually finishes around like 10:30 to 12 minutes.
Or never.
Or
never. By Hero League.
Yeah. I know that feel. I've certainly experienced this myself. I didn't play any Hero League today. I was just being a good boy.
I've been a good boy, picking Hanzo every time.
Yeah? Good. You did the right thing.
Yes.
I've been trying to pick Phoenix, so always gets banned, so I just play Kel'Thas, and everyone's like, oh my god.
Oh my god, another Convection
Yesterday I finished Convection 3 times. 1 game, 0 deaths. Okay?
What?
It can be done. Yeah.
No way.
I'm good at Convection, Kel'Thas. Let's play tomorrow. I'll show you. I'll teach you the ways.
And I'll pick Hanzo anyhow.
Yeah, it's a good duo. Good duo. Just don't let that guy on our team play Nova, please.
No, please. And please. Going back to the game. Common rotations, of course. Just going for the Cam Martel, going for the left top. Genji's trying to do something here, just spotting. Trying to spot the rotation if anyone's coming down. And Gunza, if you notice on the minimap, is keeping himself super safe because they don't know where Genji is right now. Being super cautious.
Shown. Sniper is under attack. That forces out a big Q to be used and the W. Yeah. Not the E though. You didn't use that one. Nobody obviously going to be able to capitalize on this. This might be the first time Miracle controls the shrine before Feliz gets there, like completely control. Although, as I say that, this camp is going to keep HGC away, so I don't think that's going to happen. As you can see, it certainly did not.
But Junkrat is already here. They don't really have to go inside, other than ETC and Sonya. They have Hanzo with the scatter, Junkrat with the Qs and the basic attacks. So they are going to contest. Focus on to HGC for some damage.
Yeah, I mean,
misses that poison spear.
He could be blown up with last rites if he ends up getting too low.
OJ almost threw H82 inside. Was waiting for the moment.
Dragon Blade could be used now, I feel like. Riptire is looking for the disengage. Kills Malthael before he can use last rites. Mosh comes through here as well with the cleanse. Okay, here's that Dragon Blade, but I think it's too late. Franco gets totally shut down. And this was a great opportunity, I think, completely wasted.
So in this kind of moment, Tranquility does not really help too much.
No, not at all. Not against the burst damage.
So unless you're going to fight for a long time, but the numbers were rising up super high, so Feliz was getting really rushed that they really have to go in, get those defenders to get the punishers. But a bad choice overall, thinking, just not knowing what you exactly have. You could have done it, but Garrosh really not finding the best target. Miracle really understanding their positioning. Junkrat, Hanzo, they were never in the front line.
They didn't, Feliz didn't use Horrify to disengage, which has a similar effect to Twilight Dream. And they didn't get to use Last Rites. These two tools could have helped burst down at least Sonya, so H82 would be out of the fight.
I think he was holding it because it was only one-man Mosh. Do I really waste it on here, or do I try to defend the other ones coming in?
Yeah, I definitely agree. But when the other ones came in, he still didn't use it. He died too quickly. Good toss here by OJ. Taunt, but there's a cleanse. So Miracle takes back control of this game. Evens up structures. And is going to continue to control the macro now. Not that they control the macro in this game, but continue to control it like this series. Ooh, double power slide. Great connection with the stun on the arrow, but Riptire gets shut down. Either way, Aimer takes the wrong path out of there.
He had no escape. Judy was already blocking the choke point.
I believe that was partially due to the power slide, but the Riptire did not go off. That could have killed him even faster. There's no way out. Now they have the kill onto Aimer. They have control of every available camp. Gonna grab this fort easily.
See, quick rotations, so much better. And they're actually looking at the sheet. The shot call used to be Gunza all the time, but after switching to DP, back to DPS, now it's Sniper. I think this rotation is basically happening because Sniper is calling out so much more. And he's a lot more experienced player. He's a very good flex into the team. And they look so much better as a team, having the better DPS. Judy pretty solid on ETC, of course, minus that initial mistake in the beginning where he was thrown to the fort.
Yeah. Sniper, is playing Hanzo also, so that's pretty solid. It's pretty good. That was a good choice for him, I think. Like, he's making that decision as well. It's going to be tough to stop this fort from going down. I don't think Feliz should even try. They're posturing around it. Just letting this fort go, unfortunately, means that Miracle's closer to getting 20, but I think that they're going to have 20 before you, no matter what. So why try to take a fight before they have it here and potentially lose a keep? They do save it, though, just by posturing alone. But it looks like Miracle's trying to bait a fight. Oh, if they get vision of OJ, this could be bad.
You know, they tossed it in ETC a few times, never got the kill, only half HP all the time. if only they had silenced the damage and the silence for extra time to put in that damage that they need onto ETC. I think that was the key, the crucial thing that they need with this kind of team pump. With the last rights, I think, which was rare, never used or never got the stack.
Yeah, he didn't use it yet. Zoning route. It's going to be a capture unless they really step in and grab it right now. Nope, do not. So that's further pressure for Feliz to deal with. Miracle's got 20. They have complete control over the Shrine. Remember last time I was like, I think this might be the first time they didn't actually get it. This time, HA2 is just literally going to go here alone. And oh, they've already found OJ. Rip tire here. Mosh, they're getting greedy. They want both. They are going to hit both. They get the kill onto OJ.
Nice.
Aimer stunned, but not going to be able to get those grenades over the wall.
Nice blocking the path from Judy with the bolts. Mosh, quick decision there. And meanwhile, Sonya's already onto the Shrine. They want to keep and finish the game with the 20 before Feliz get their chance. Corruption finishes now, super late, but
16 minutes. He died a lot.
Without Garrosh, they can't really do a thing. They're poking, but Anathan's thrown with the mine, has to go around now.
Yep. Aimer's just dropping out fells because he can't actually even use his corruption. He's not in range to get a big one. And doesn't want to overuse mana either because obviously he will have to hurt himself in order to regain that, leave himself vulnerable.
When the Punisher gets here, Mosh Pit will still be on cooldown, but the rest will very likely to come back. Garrosh will be back in 1 second. They have one chance, but they're down a talent. The strongest talent, level 20.
And I think they have to take a fight before the Immortal gets here. If the Immortal ends up, or sorry, Punisher, if the Punisher starts hitting the core, they'll lose the game. They're going to try to bait it, obviously, into this keep. Okay, success using the cleanse early here, soft cleanse. H82 gets stunned. He's the most damage dealing on Miracle, but he gets the Divine Shield. Tranquility to try to counter this. H82 needs to be blown up. He's horrified. They need to kill him right now, and they are just not able to do it.
How is that Sonya surviving with the Luther alone, and the other three are just doing free damage from the side? That's going to be game,
guys. That's game over. Sonya does eventually die here, but with this Arcane Punisher is doing too much damage. That's GG. Miracle, with only Jaehyun alive, will take out the core and win the series, sorry, go up 2-0 in the series. But yeah, that Sonya just lived forever, man. You're not going to hurt her. She's not going to be concerned. She's just going to keep doing damage, as we saw.
It was almost like elementary school soccer, basically. Oh, there's the ball. Let's chase. No, you have to take positioning. You have to take shot calls, listen to your team, take your position, and go for what you're trying to do. But no, there was Uther right next to them also, and a lot of the target next to the core. But they were going for that soccer ball, and Sonya, of course, died. But by that time, core was down to 40%. Game over.
I mean, I think that was almost going to be a lost cause no matter what. If they try to kill Hanzo and Junkrat, they're just going to be avoided. They're going to be knocked around by concussive mines, and then Sonya's going to kill the core anyways. By the time you try to go kill her, you're going to have the same problem you had earlier. I like trying to kill Sonya. I like how they did it. They locked in the Horrify, for example. But, you know, Divine Shield's a pretty useful skill to have.
Oh, yeah.
Does end up, you know, keeping Sonya alive. Pretty impressive game overall by Aimer. Able to lock in with 3 kills, or sorry, 3 deaths. He still had nearly 40k damage. That's how cooldown works, but they couldn't get kills because they didn't use the coordinated efforts you talked about. Still don't remember if we ever saw one. I just certainly didn't notice it. Last Right's completely useless. When you have Tranquility plus Last Rights, you can just keep healing and you can look for a longer fight like that. You can help burn through heroes like Sonya, like ETC. Or, you know, when you go for the Twilight Dream, then you can go for Last Rights to get the picks you were talking about. They didn't do either. They did half and half, so it didn't really work out very well for them in the end. And Miracle, you know, this role swap back to Judy on the tank looks good. It obviously doesn't look as good as it used to, but baby steps, I guess. By the time that Judy gets back comfortable on this tank, by the time that Gunza, you know, gets back into his Junkrat role, gets back into his DPS role, the phase is going to be over. We're going to come back from mid-season brawl, and then Judy's going to be support, and Gunza's going to play main tank, and then
please no, please no. I do want to support. Role changes all the time. It all started with Tempest, you know.
Yeah, Gunza's going to be the solo top, and then Sniper is going to be the main tank, and no, it looks good today. It looks good. good enough to beat Feliz anyways, with 2 pretty dominant games. They had the better draft, I think, overall, even though it was comfort picks. It made a lot more sense. They used the draft that they built correctly. I feel like on the side of Feliz, there were some question marks as to what exactly were they trying to do.
Mix and match, if I go to IHOP or Outback, then I can take both shrimp and also the steak. It's because I'm the only person eating the whole plate. But this is a team game. We need to synergize. We need to the synergy to break that team fight. And Feliz right now not having that, I think that's a big miscommunication.
But also, if you go to IHOP, you want to get some pancakes, but then then you're like, well, also like we need to have like some shrimp over here. You have pancakes and shrimp. Okay, that's what they did when they went for the Tranquility and the Last Rites. You would get pancakes and sausage, or you want to get shrimp and maybe some steak or some other kind of seafood. They got pancakes and shrimp, T-Clef. Now they're 0-2. When we come back from this break, we're going to find out if Miracle's going to close out the series 3-0. We'll see you guys soon.